Hey, welcome to yoga class. My name is Lindsay and I'm so excited to have you here today. So let's get started. Let's lie down on our mat so you can have a blanket or just flat on your back. And we'll start in a simple Shavasana position. So that means just let everything go. Open up the arms, palms face up, legs are relaxed, and feel your spine start to adjust to this posture. Begin to breathe into the low abdomen. Gently softening the hips and the back of the heart. Back of the head. Just letting any cares, ideas, troubles, any action doing in our mind to be let go of. Making room for the divine to be cultivated through this practice. In that space and spaciousness of the heart. Elongate the inhales and exhales, bringing the tip of the tongue behind the teeth and the upper palate. And exhale, release. Creating that straw-like effect in the back of the throat. Breathing in, pulling in prana. And letting it go. Couple more breaths like this. Really soaking in this moment. Creating an intention. And on your next exhale, pull the right leg into the body, giving it a hug at the knee. Really pull that knee into the right armpit area, keeping the left leg long and the tailbone flat as much as possible. And then grab that right leg with your right hand and press the heel up towards the ceiling. So half happy baby here. Your left hand can be to the side or at your left hip. And then reach as you bring that right knee in and externally rotate the outer hip, heel to the sky. Breathe into the lower belly, elongate the left leg. And exhale, switch sides. Left knee in, give it a hug. Lengthen the hamstring, lengthen the quad. And then exhale, bring that left hand to the outside of the left foot. Pull the knee in towards the armpit. Externally rotate the hip. So dynamic opposing forces with reach in the heel towards the ceiling. Good. Right leg is long. Take another breath here. And exhale. Bring left knee down. Pull the knees in. Lift your head, reach behind the hamstrings, and come into a Navasana here. So lifting yourself all the way up, pull the knees in, lift the chest, maybe raise the arms, palms face up, the toes are in line with the eyes, and exhale, hands to heart center, Ardha Navasana, reach the legs long, keep shoulder blades off the mat, exhale Navasana, breathe here, exhaling, coming to half Navasana, pressing into that sacrum, rolling the chest up, exhale Navasana once more. Can you reach the chest a little higher? Coming to that front edge of the sits bone. And exhale, Ardha. And then pull that right knee in. Squeeze, switch sides, left knee. Keeping the shoulder blades up, right knee, left knee, right knee. Let's switch 3 more times. 2, and 1. Good. And exhale, release. Let it all go. Bring the left knee over top the right knee. Let's take a little stretch, dropping knees to the left. Looking over the right. Inhale back to center. Switch sides, bringing the right knee over the left. Dropping knees to the right. Twist. Looking over that left shoulder. And exhale back to center. Let's take some rolls to our tabletop. Exhale, just coming up, rolling. Take some rolls on the back here, massaging the back, tucking the tail. Couple more. Really warming up the core here. And then feet tucked under. Let's come to tabletop. I'm going to keep my blanket here for my shins and my knees. Externally rotate the hands. And then pull the abdomen in. Reach the elbows back, chest forward. Come into cow pose. Exhale, pull the belly in. Really round out the spine all the way down to the tailbone. Really ballooning everything in the back body. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tuck the chin. Inhale, flat back. Get heavy in the left knee, right hand. Lift the left arm by the ear. Right leg can come straight or lifted behind you. So level 1, keep the foot on the floor. 2 and 3. See if you can lift that right leg all the way behind you, pulling everything diagonally into the core here. Exhale, switch sides. Right arm by the ear, left leg lifts. Can you turn the quads to face down, lifting from the heel and the glute, hamstrings. Good. Exhale. Let's try that one more time on both sides. Except this time, let's take the left arm out to the side, right foot out to the side. Make sure you have enough space. Back to parallel. Hold and reach. And exhale. Tabletop. Bring right arm to ear, left leg long. Exhale, arm to the side, leg to the side, toe points down. And then bring it back to center. Reach, lift, pull the abdomen in. Get strong in those lower ribs, into the torso. And exhale down. Good. Tuck the toes under. Active child's pose here. Coming onto the tips of the fingers, toes tucked under, drop the head. As you press into the fingertips, roll the outer shoulders down, lifting the biceps towards the ceiling. Notice the space that creates in the neck. And then pull those shoulder blades down the back. So squaring off those shoulders, shoulders down the back. Reach the heart to the ground. Good. Flatten the hands. With those toes tucked under, lift and reach the hips behind you. I'm keeping my toes together here, and I'm walking my hands back just slightly to come into a short down dog here. Lifting through the hips, keeping that integrity in the upper body, but bringing the weight from torso to legs. Inhale forward to plank. Hold here. Bring the feet out as wide as the hips. And then inhale back to down dog. Walk the hands back 1 foot. So shorten up that dog. Drop the head. And then just like we did in tabletop, let's bring that left hand towards the outer right shin, calf, ankle, and drop the head, twisting left shoulder down, twisting to the right. But make sure you're pulling the right hip back and lengthening through that right arm. Good. Last breath. Exhale, come back to that short dog. Lengthen for your inhale, and then on your exhale, reach the right hand diagonally back. Grab that shin or ankle, dropping the head, dropping the shoulder, but then lifting and reaching that left hip back and center. Strong left hand, left arm, lifting the bicep. Last breath. Exhale. Let's come to down dog and then walk it out to plank. So if you're still with me, roll the hands externally, so 4 fingers are parallel. Lift the chest and back body, tuck the tailbone towards the heels, and get long in the front body. Get long in the tops of the quads there, where they meet the hips. That's kind of where our core starts, is a few inches below our torso in our legs. So find that place. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows back, weight forward, chaturanga or drop knees. Come down to your stomachs. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the heart forward, elbows underneath the shoulders, press body up into Sphinx. Squeeze the thighs, tops of the feet down. Lift and lengthen on your next inhale. Exhale, can you bring those elbows back a little bit more? Can you round those shoulder heads backwards and down the body? All the while squeezing the kneecaps in. Okay? Exhale, hands to waist, untuck the toes, elbows in. Make your way back to down dog. Remove my blanket and take another breath here. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, right leg steps to the top of the mat. You can use your hand to bring it there. Looking forward, low lunge. Exhale the left to meet it. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, take it into a forward fold here. You can bring the hands behind the calves or to the floor. And squeeze thighs, drop the head, tuck the chin. And in this pose, we're going for cat stretch, meaning a Halloween cat with the back arched up and away. Notice what this does for the back. Another breath here. Inhale, slight bend to the knees. Rolling up. Reach to the sky. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Good. So find yourself in your mountain pose. Feet evenly placed at the top of the mat. Reach and extend those toes. Open up the ball of the foot. Lift the inner arches. Tuck the tail. Grow a little taller here. Excellent. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands, right hand back. Left leg back as well. Right leg is what I meant to say. Let's take this to your sun salutation, your down dog. In vinyasa, coming forward, elbows back. You can drop the knees as you come forward into your upward or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist, lower the left knee. And come up to a low lunge here. So lift that upper body back as you tuck the tail and engage the lower abdomen here. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Keep that reach in your upper body as you twist over to the right, bringing that elbow outside the right knee. Breathing in here. This is our first twist, so don't take it to the end. Just kind of getting warmed up, but having this a little more of this resistance, using our elbow. And are those thumbs touching the center of the heart? Good. Exhale, come back into your low crescent. Exhale, left hand down, right hand down inside the right leg. Lift the hips, and let's come into Vashisthasana, side plank on the left side. So right stacks to left, or right foot comes halfway between your mat, and then open up that right arm. Level 1 has the right foot on the mat. Level 2, 3, stacking heels. Level 3, lift that right leg a couple inches off the left foot, and then pull the tailbone towards the heel and even beyond. And then can you take that arm by the ear and reach to the front of the room? Good. Exhale, chaturanga vinyasa here. Squeeze the thighs, lift the core. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, sweep it forward to the left wrist, drop that right knee, low crescent here. Sink the hips, lift the chest. Keep that reach, hands to heart center, twist over to the left. Hook that elbow outside the knee. Press using the core and the shoulder girdle to get those thumbs really centered on that sternum. I'm going to visit here using our breath to be mindful of our spine. And exhale, hands inside the left leg. Lift the hips. Just pivot the hips over to the right, coming out to the outside of that right foot. Level one can keep that left leg higher up on the floor, like towards the mat. Left arm reaches up. Level 2, 3 is going to have heels stacked. Level 3, keep lifting those hips. Going to lift that left leg too. Can you pull the core in? Drop the tailbone to the back of the mat. Excellent. Reach that arm forward. Let's come into a vertical visit of our floor pose we did. And exhale, let's take a vinyasa here. Meeting back in down dog. Reach the chest towards the thighs, getting long in the side ribs, side waist. Pull that abdomen in. And inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward to right wrist, look forward, low lunge. Left comes up to meet it. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up. Good. Let's take another sun salutation here. Inhale, sweeping the arms back. Exhale, forward fold from the hips. Light in the upper body, tuck the chin. Fold it in. Inhale, halfway prepare. Place the hands and hop or step back to your vinyasa. Inhale, reach the right leg back, sweep it forward to the right wrist, left heel down. Let's come into a warrior one here. Grab opposite elbows. Lift and lengthen the side ribs. As you exhale, bend into that right knee. So level one, you're going to have your heels pretty wide to create that space. Level 2 and 3 will have a little closer alleys of the feet. And everyone's turning their core towards the right knee. Good. Energize that back leg. Squeeze the left glute. And then let's open it up into a warrior two here. So I'm adjusting my feet to bring that front heel in line with the back arch. So warrior two and triangle, we line up our heels, and then the front facing warriors, we can have anywhere from a foot to a couple inches between our heels. No pose is overcrossed, so just be mindful of that. Let's inhale, reverse. Right hand behind the waist, reach the right arm by the ear. Exhale, let's take this into a triangle open up the arms, straighten that right leg, and hinge towards the right knee. Bringing that hand to the shin, open up the left arm. And then from here, squeeze the right quads up and back as you pull the right shoulder blade down the spine and energize the core. Bring that circular opening, pivoting towards the ceiling from the waist up. And then can't go here without a half moon, Astavakrasana, left hand on hip, bend that right knee. And can you hop using your back foot into this balanced posture? If you need a block to bring outside your right pinky toe, by all means. But see how it goes using your fingertips, or even just hovering with no block, no touch to the ground. Can you pivot the body, revolve the chest towards the ceiling? Left arm, let's bring it long over next to the ear, reaching towards the floor. So left leg still lifting from that inner thigh, but we're getting long through the torso, under the pecs and arm of the left shoulder. And then exhale, arm back. Let's step it way back to warrior two. Inhale, high crescent, left heel up. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Squeeze thighs strong, open up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg long. Exhale, sweep it forward to the left wrist, right heel down, warrior one. Find your foot position. And grab opposite elbows, this time the funky way. Squeeze that right heel, right glute, internal rotation of the back leg as you pull in the lower abdomen and twist from the waist. So even in a frontward facing pose with any asymmetry within the legs is going to create that twisting. And then let's open it up to warrior two. I'm going to bring my right heel in a little so that arch matches the left. Reach nice and long. Drop the hips, lift the torso, and exhale, reverse. Right hand behind hip. Bend that left knee. Exhale, triangle pose, straight legs. You can bring that right heel in a little bit. Overall lengthening through the left side body, placing the left hand on the shin. Open up the chest, revolve the chest towards the ceiling, right hand. You can even look at that thumb. Tuck the left hip in towards the right heel. Get into that core. And when you do get into that core, you can feel the left shoulder blade naturally coming in, left side ribs, coming back towards the left hip, front ribs pulling in. Exhale, bend the left knee, look down, look forward, right hand on hip, right leg pops up, and we come into our Ardha Chandrasana on the left side. Strongly raise the right inner thigh. Right arm comes long. Can you get lighter? Level 2, 3. Pull that core in. Raise yourself to a hover where the shoulder blades. Pull those shoulder blades down the back. Breathe and lengthen. And exhale, drop that right arm up and over the head. So it's next to the ear, reaching towards the floor. Keep that right leg engaged and lifted. Good. And then exhale, high crescent. Reach back to warrior two to open the arms to the side, and then right arm sweeps under to come up into our high crescent. Back bend. Exhale, vinyasa here. Let's meet back in down dog. Take some breath time here. Getting in touch with your breath again, re-engaging the bandhas, the root lock, umbilical lock, and the neck lock. They're energy centers to keep us in alignment. Last breath. Exhale, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale down. Good. Let's take, if you have a block, or even a dictionary or a big book, let's place this block in between our thighs so that it's just underneath our torso, our pubis bone. So when you have that block, come to the top of your mat. And I want you to squeeze the block in mountain pose between your thighs, and notice what this does to the inner legs, to the quads, to the tailbone. Once you find this engagement, scoop that tailbone under. Lift and lengthen through Mula Bandha to the umbilicus of Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha, so that's that intensity, that sucking in of that pose. Good. Glutes are engaged, sturdy, grounded, strong. Let's take this into chair pose. Hips hinge back, squeeze the block, reach the arms forward. Can you come further back, but lift the chest and neck? So coming into the back of the heels, sits bones moving back. Take that curvature out of the mid-back that we often have from computer chairs and driving and all sorts of stuff, and really reach the chest forward like, oh, I am longing for something. I am reaching my heart towards the future, towards something that I want. Arms can come up above the head. Good. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's bring that elbow over to the left. And just a visit here, sink those hips. Come into, squeeze the block in your twist here. Amazing what the difference is when we take space and strength into this posture, how it changes our breath, our core. Inhale back to chair. Reach and long and receive and become. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist over to the left. Left elbow outside knee. Squeeze the block, sink the hips. Reach the heart forward. Find contact with those thumbs. Squeeze the block, last breath. Inhale, chair. Reach and lift, you got it. And then exhale, forward fold. Tuck the chin, last pose with the block in. Squeeze the block back. Elongate the low back. Using that tuck of the chin. And then place the block to the side. Good. Inhale, halfway prepare. Hands down, right leg back, or hop back to chaturanga. Let's take a vinyasa here. Good. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right elbow on to right knee, side angle here. Left arm by the ear. Get light as you pull the right hip in and towards the left heel. Right arm reaches by the ear as well. Strong lower ribs in. Revolve the chest. So if this is too much for you, you can stay with the right elbow lifted, but imagine getting lighter in that elbow and breathing and using the breath in the core. Good. Inhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, high crescent, left heel up, face the front of your mat. Exhale, hands behind the sacrum. Again, press up into a balance, warrior three. Left leg lifts, hinging forward, and then press the thumbs down and away as you look forward, rolling the shoulder heads down the back. Lift up through the core, left quad, left hamstring. Are lifting the leg. Exhale, slowly balance your left knee up to the front of the mat. Grab and hug the knee in. And then right hand remains, left hand behind you, standing twist here. Good. Hands to heart center. Can you come back to a warrior two? Left leg comes all the way back, arms open. Right, let's visit side angle, right elbow down, left arm long, and then exhale, take a vinyasa. Find your down dog, take a breath here. Inhale, left leg back. Sweep it forward to the left wrist, right heel down. Let's come into a warrior two here. Reach the arms, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hinge forward, light touch of the left elbow, tuck that left hip back to the right heel, and then right arm reaches into side angle. As you get lighter and lighter on that left side, pull the low ribs in, revolve the core, left arm by left ear. Reaching from below the rib cage, out the arms. And then exhale, come up into warrior two. Inhale, right heel up, crescent. Exhale, hands behind the hips, cross the fingers a weird way. As you press through both feet to leap forward and hinge into warrior three. Right leg is back and lifted. As the thumbs move down and away, the shoulder heads are moving back and down the body, and we're getting longer with the breath. Internal rotation of the back leg, both legs. Good. Exhale, sweep back into a warrior two. I'm thinking of those Tai Chi masters who move their body slowly and with ease with their breath. Quick visit here to side angle, left elbow down, right arm by the ear. And exhale, vinyasa. So can we bring that sense of intentional breath, intentional movement as a moving meditation? Good. Inhale, last breath. Let's take it down to a child's pose here. Moving into a seated posture. Hips down and back. You can choose to have active arms, but keep the head rested on a block or straight onto the mat. Lengthening the back body, breathing. And then inhale, scoop the feet forward and bring them out long in front of you. So when we get onto our floor routine, it's always good to have a strap just in case you can't reach your hands. So I'm going to say, have a strap nearby. Okay, roll the glute flesh away from the sits bones. Hands to either side of the hips. Press the quads down, lift the heels, and then lengthen the torso. Can you tuck the chin and bring the chest closer to the chin, chin closer to the chest? So really we're using our erector spinae along with the vertebra, those parallel muscles to lift and reach the spine. Good. Exhale, bend that right knee, pull it in. Let's grab the outside of the foot with the right hand, and left hand can come behind or at the hip here. And let's just come into this seated happy baby pose. But I want you to bend the right elbow and really pull that right knee back. So you can kind of take it as a row here. Lifting the chest. And then left hand's going to come outside the right foot as well, except the right hand will drop down and we'll bring the shoulder inside the knee. You can use your hands to adjust your knee to come to outside the shoulder, upper shoulder, tricep area. And then we're going to come to this pose. So we're kind of moving in towards our figure eight. So let's take this as a stretch first. So right hand is coming outside the hip. Press the right heel away and scoop your head in that diamond shape between your leg and arm as you reach the hip. So you may be here just holding the foot. You may just extend it a little bit to feel that stretch in the hamstring. Just go where it feels like a good edge for you. Again, we're pressing that right shoulder, right arm back into the hamstring. So that's going to help create a fulcrum effect in this pose. Good. And release. Let's try the other side. Right foot down, left knee in, give it a hug. Grab the outer foot with that left hand, right hand down at the side, and pull that knee back. And reminding our body of this posture and where we're going. Bend the left elbow. Good, and then right hand's going to come outside of left foot. Left hand comes down to outside the hip, but I kind of use it underneath my calf or heel to pull the knee in over the shoulder, that upper body area where the knee is pinching over the arm. But again, this is going to be that pressure from the arm and the shoulder into that hamstring. That's already a dynamic workout. Stretch the heel away as you lengthen the arm and leg at the same time. Drop that head inside the diamond. Can you extend, externally rotating the hip and heel? Good. And exhale down. Let's try the first side again. So right knee in, grab that outer foot with the right hand. Lift the chest. Get the knee back behind the body some, and then whip that left hand over as well to the outer foot. Right hand comes down outside the hip. Shoulder presses back. Tricep presses back into the hamstring. And then you can try this again, what we just did on both sides, straightening the leg, or level 3, or advanced level 2s, right hand down, left hand down, lift and pull up, zipper up the hips, the groin, and hover. Try that. Try not to get a Charlie horse. And then eventually you can cross ankles and press knees into figure 8. So when I first did this pose, there was no rhyme or reason in terms of that movement from hovering to knees together out to the side. It was more, I know what the pose is at the end, so I'm just going to imagine I'm there already, and then my body just naturally flew into it, okay? So, right side, get what you need to get out of it. We'll come to the left side now. So, left foot in, pull that knee back. Right hand outside of right foot. Left hand comes literally right next to the glute, that left foot, the left glute. And then press that shoulder back. You may be just working with that pressure of the shoulder, the hamstring, and then eventually lengthening both the leg and arm. So you can tinker around with that. Level 2, 3. We're going to press that shoulder back into the hamstring. Drop left hand, right hand by hips. Lift, zipper up, hover. Exhale down. Whew. Always get somewhat of a Charlie horse, so just be careful a little bit with the hover. And then going into the forearm balance. Going to lift and hover. Cross right ankle over left. Squeeze knees as you bend elbows forward. Left inner thigh presses away, heels away. And then eventually you come back around. Okay, so this is a revisitation of, I think it was about a month ago, I taught this pose. Should be under figure 8 pose on this channel. So, good job guys. You went to your edge and that's what's important. Let's lie down on our backs, knees up. Let's take a bridge posture here. Lengthen the spine, Roll those shoulders under, heels down, lift the hips, and you can bring the hands to a clasp as you roll the shoulders under, or just keep them flat or under the heels. Press the hips up, inner thighs down. 3 more breaths here. So you're pulling that tailbone towards the underneath the knees and getting long in this front body. Good, and exhale, roll down. Windshield wiper the legs. Let's try this again. Bring the heels to hips. This time I'm going to demonstrate with my palms under the heels. Press into the heels, inner thighs roll down. Lift those hips and walk your hands underneath the feet. Or just take a clasp in the other direction with the interlace that feels weird. And then press the hips up. Get heavy in the upper shoulders, but let the neck and head take back seat here. Okay, raise the hips up another 2 inches. I know you got it. You got this. Good, and exhale, coming out. Nice, you can lengthen out the body or roll hips side to side. Good. And then we'll come to a seated here. Bring your left heel outside of the right hip. And then grab your feet. We're going to come into crane pose. So grab your feet with both hands and lift and lengthen the heel away. If you need a strap, go ahead. So this is squared hips, lifting, and then press the heel away, and you can keep a micro bend in that knee, which will help to elongate the hamstring. Good. And exhale. Come to fire log pose, bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee, dropping the right knee down. There's a little space between my knee, which I'm fine pressing the rest of the way down, but if you have knee issues or hip issues and you want to cushion between your foot and your knee, go ahead. It's a very safe posture, but the fact that it's safe doesn't mean some people don't feel their knees. So anytime you feel your knees, come out of a pose, okay? You want to make it accessible and keep those joints happy, okay? So walk the hands forward, over the feet, over the shins, and get nice and long here. So I'm really feeling this in my right outer hip and glute. And I have my hands to fingertips as my chin and my head are resting. Can you get a little longer, a little lower? A couple more breaths. Good, and then walk your hands back. Let's take crane on the other side. So right heel outside left hip. Reach that left foot with both hands, and then slowly straighten the leg. You can keep a little micro bend in the knee as the heel comes up and away. And then lift the chest. Lengthen the front body. reach the heel further. This feels so good on the calves. And it feels good on the chest too. It's kind of like with that help of our hands, we can alleviate some pressure and open the chest a little more. I like it. Good. And exhale. Let's take fire log on the other side. So left ankle on top of right knee. That left knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Again, take any little cushion or pillow, blanket as you need. And then another thing I notice in this posture is balls of the feet kind of sickle in and up towards the ceiling. Press that big toe mound and the ball of the feet away. Walk those hands over. Chest comes over in a forward bend here. And drop the head, tuck the chin. And I'm going to use my breath to lengthen this stretch from my hip into my back. And just gently kind of coaxing the spine free with the fingertips. The nice thing about this pose is wherever you're tight, whether it's the outer hip or the inner groin, these both get worked in this posture, in pigeon, in fire log. It's really nice. And then exhale, walk the hands back up. And we'll make our way to Shavasana, our final resting posture. So your back should feel pretty stretched, but if you do need a blanket rolled up under the thighs, the knees, by all means. Or if you're having any tension in your shoulders and you want that little bolster underneath your shoulder blades, the corners, the bottom corners of the shoulder blades, go ahead. I didn't go through a inversion. So if you need to take an inversion before your Shavasana, then that's yogi's choice. So take a few more breaths to get settled. Those of you who are already in Shavasana, close the eyes. Soften the breath. And scan the whole body just from top to bottom. Like any residual things from anywhere, just clear it all away. Let it all go. Take a nice deep breath and exhale everything out. Tip of the tongue behind the upper palate, the upper teeth. Recede the eyes back into the skull. Relax the facial muscles, the cheeks, the jaw, the sides of the mouth. Really pull that energy down through the neck into the heart like a drain hole. Draining any excesses, nourishing them with the heartbeat. here in this moment. Completely whole as we are right now. Observing the breath, like watching the ocean shore, an endless vibration of movement, of life force. Allowing ourselves to be breathed versus being the ones doing the breathing. Let the divine take you in, surround you, and hold you. Breathing here for another few minutes. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful week. See you next time.